The Spooktacular Stroll, CNY's not-so-scary Halloween experience for the family, is back. Walk through the half-mile trail in the Bewitched Woods at Long Branch Park in Liverpool every Thursday through Sunday in October from 5 to 9 p.m. Pack the car full of your little goblins. Admission is by the carload. Upstate Golisano Children's Hospital's Spooktacular Stroll is presented by Upstate Honda Dealers. Get your pre-sale tickets today at spooktacularstroll.com.
Radio.
Oh, buddy. Friday. Wow, a Friday. Here we are. Little Friday action on ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1 right here in the hometown of the place where about 5 hours from here there was a murder scene. Yeesh. This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack. That is my name on the show because it's my show. And, I didn't want to say what I said at the end of yesterday's show because I was nervous that what happened last night might happen. I kind of wish I kept my damn mouth shut, not open it up like a big stupid idiot, but it is what it is. We're not going to do too much chatting about Syracuse because it's already happened and it's going to continue to happen for a while around here, I would imagine. We'll do just a little bit of it. Also, I guess it's kind of up to you. What would you guys like to talk about? We've got a couple different topics, and we're not going to get all of them in because a Friday is one of my favorite days for a show, I have figured out, because there's so much going into the weekend that we can talk about, knowing that also there's so much to talk about on Monday. I've always liked Mondays, not even a joke. So, feel free to call in, 315-437-7644. You can also bitch and moan about Syracuse all you want. I have no problem with you guys continuing to get things off your chest. Use me as a sounding board, man. Just go ahead and let it all out. I don't have any issues with that at all. I know that after games, it's fun to get it out. You know what I mean? You got something, talk it out. Don't keep it all bottled up inside. Or on QSportsTalk.com. Right there is where you can watch on Twitch. Feel free to throw in a question there. I'll answer it there as well. All right. So, again, what do you want to talk about? I know. We'll start out with some of the game here. But again, if you want to talk World Series, we got that we can talk about coming up. There's college football. There's also NFL. We'll do our NFL picks for the week. Some big old games happening. Some injury returns in the NFL this week. Some NFL notes. Kind of almost breaking news. Jaden Daniels for the Commanders could play on Sunday against the Bears. So that could be a fun game. Could all of a sudden turn into a top game of the week. But first, all right, we will talk a little bit about it here because it did happen last night. We can't skirt around the fact that Thursday night football happened. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, that also happened. We can talk Vikings. No, we will. Syracuse Pitt. It is what it is, man. I think that maybe, just maybe, we got a little too, there we go, on a Friday, a little too sure of ourselves, maybe. Not that anybody on the team's arrogant. Fran Brown is the least arrogant person I've ever seen. But you get a sense of confidence, not that it wasn't earned, but earned or not earned, where you're looking good, your town is hyping you up, we're doing a good job of that. It's been talked about all week how, wow, you could go into Pitt and give this top-ranked team. They're nationally ranked. That is a top-ranked team in the nation. They could give them what for? Syracuse, they could give them a run for their money. The players hear all that stuff, whether they hear it here or, X, Twitter. Can't call it X. On Twitter or, social media. Players see that. It's, you got to try to keep them off it, but players see it. And seeing how their chances looked really, really well going into Pitt for the first time in years, that's going to give you confidence, whether, it's earned or not. And they got punched in the mouth. That was a defense that in the likes of SU has not seen yet this year. They have not seen a defense play like that, call plays, line up against them. Pitt knew where they were going all the time. They got Kyle McCord seeing ghosts after those first couple picks. Also not sure 100% what Kyle was looking at some of those. As a top-ranked quarterback, you take the congrats with the criticisms. Some of those were awful throws, dude. No idea what you were looking at. And if you were looking at it, you were looking at a Pitt player, and you still made the throw. I like the confidence and the ability in your arm, but you're not Brett Favre, bud. You're not Brett Favre. Brett Favre, even then, would make those interceptions sometimes. So some of those you got to make the better choice and just kind of hawk it away. But other ones, my God. I thought the big thing nowadays were that these guys all had the craziest grippy gloves. Was the problem for some of Syracuse? Was the problem that they hit you right in the hands? Was that it? Was it the throws were right in your hands? Because that is inexcusable, man. It's football. He threw it right at you, and you made Kyle look kind of stupid at times with some of those because it was embarrassing. Listen to the way the announcers, which you will hear, are talking. They were baffled at some of these because we were giving Pitt the ability to make the craziest plays of all time. So, I mean, let's just hear a little bit of it, just a little bit, because you know what? You grow through what you go through. And we will learn as a unit here through some of Kyle McCord's interceptions. No big deal.
I got the adrenaline pumping through me. Allen motions out of the backfield. McCord looks left. It's intercepted. Touchdown, Pitt. Rasheem Biles is like, you know what? You're not getting away with this one.
No, a great job. He reads the out route, undercuts and catches it with his hands.
And just misses it.
Pressure backs off. McCord time over the middle. It's in the air. And it falls. Wait a second.
They're going to say he caught it.
Another look.
Nothing worse than the ball bouncing around high in the middle of the field as a coach.
Oh,
Whoa!
my goodness.
They're saying that because it was the greatest interception of all time, basically.
McCord. Intercepted. Kyle Lewis. Touchdown, Pitt.
Continue to change up the looks. This time they only rush 4. They drop out playing a 2-man look. And you see the ability to get underneath the receivers. If they keep changing up the looks to create the confusion, leads to the interception and another Pitt touchdown.
Yeah, that's not exactly what you want right there at the start. And that was like halfway through the first quarter. Not what you want at all. And then Pitt has only the little bit of offense. Syracuse defense did pretty decent. They had, 2 scores? But then after a score, they Pitt, being they, have a sack and then another pick six? What?
That's a dart over the middle. Oh, my.
He didn't miss C.J. Lee that time.
Again, pressured, sacked. Well,
there it is.
It's just been that
Another
kind
one.
of night. Braylon Lovelace.
You couldn't have worse of a start. They come out trying to get the drive going with a little screen pass. Pitt reads the screen. They've been all over every play that Syracuse has tried to run tonight.
He had actual moss growing on his head. And they can keep throwing all they want. If you have no time, you've got no chance.
And they had no chance all night, Syracuse, basically. I mean, you could try to spin it in different ways where there's, no, that wasn't. Or there was that time that, no. But listen, hey, you got this out of the way. You're moving on, which Coach Fran was talking about. And I was saying, you had the Stanford loss where it was crazy. You lost in that manner in which you're like, oh, man, I wish I had that one back. And now you have this huge blowout loss where every single thing went wrong. Nothing went right. You got it out of the way. Now you can move on. And I think that this Syracuse team, with the leadership they have, has the ability to move on and not have this derail their team. I'm hearing a lot of Syracuse fans basically jumping off the roof here. It's a little nuts. I said it with one of my first shows. Guys, Syracuse fans, you were never Alabama. You're not Alabama now. You're never going to be Alabama. Why is a bowl game, any bowl game, a bad thing? I mean, this is a first season with the crazy potential for good things. And you're like, blah, 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 another pinstripe bowl, another this bowl. What are we going to go down to the Tax Slayer Bowl? Yeah, that would be great because it's a bowl game and it's more eyes on your program and more recruits seeing what you guys can do. And you can see that the first year is looking good. After a bowl team left last year, they were still able to hold on because look at Florida State. Look how far they fell off. You think recruits are real happy with that? No, we're already losing them. But recruits are seeing that, well, Syracuse is still winning games. They lost that, but at 5-2, that ain't bad. And that is kind of what Fran was talking about as well.
And then come back in straight close. Is he in concussion protocol? Or what's going on?
I'm not sure he had an issue. I think that might be the case. So we just gotta keep getting better. Team again.
In a game where so much went wrong, what you retaking?
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Just making sure everybody keep their chin up and keep playing. Just play football. It's the monotony of the game of football. It's you win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, you don't want to lose this game. I thought this game was big for the community of Syracuse. This was big for the alumni. The fans, our team. It was just a lot. I felt I let them down. So I just think this was a real big game. This was a game that we were supposed to win, that we should have won, and they came and they outplayed us, and that didn't happen that way. So we just gotta keep getting better. There's some things we got to do that are better, but you wouldn't have been able to tell me that all the way up until I guess that last drive. They had like 100 and almost 200 yards complete offense, if that, and only scored twice, I think. So you wouldn't have told me that they would have had 2 touchdowns and on offensive side of the football and under 200 yards and still have 40-some points. So just how it goes sometimes,
And like I said, it's just how it goes sometimes. And he knows that better than anybody. A huge, not like huge disappointing loss, but again, he was at Georgia, remember? He was at Baylor, and he's been at Rutgers, so he knows the Rutgers side of things. Baylor was, for a while, a very good team. They were a top team. Suffered big old losses when they probably weren't expected to. Georgia, other than winning national championships all of the time the last couple of years, they've experienced some heartbreak too, including last year. I mean, I think you've got the right guy, Syracuse fans, behind you. When Fran Brown last year, this was a game against Pitt that was a huge game. Some people even called it the biggest game in the history of Syracuse. I don't know, crazy people. But you've got the right guy behind you that this guy, you went into Pitt, big game, you lost. Not the end of the world because he was on a team that lost a game so late in the season to such a top team that it cost him a chance at playing for a national championship. Not like a loss in the beginning of the year, like a loss to Bama at the end of the year. And I think he did pretty good because he turned that into a coaching job at Syracuse. And that was also, like I said, a defense. Ooh, how you doing there? Ooh, we all right? A defense we had not seen yet, and now we've seen. So maybe we'll be more prepared once we see a defense similar.
Coach, was Pitt doing anything that surprised you defensively, or were they just making plays on Kyle?
No, they was making plays. It was like 3 interceptions was hitting our guys' hands and then bobbled out. I think the first pick was pretty good because of how they trailed. They played their backers out a little bit wider than they would normally play them, so they was able to catch that pick. They played a little two-man. They was doing a good job. They did a good job. Those dudes did a real good job, so they just played well. They challenged our guys. We had to be more of a threat down the field, which we got to pick that up. But they did a good job just challenging and sitting on routes and stuff like that.
Also, could I just add real quick here that I'm very new at this part of this, the sports show stuff. And what was it, like an hour after I get done doing all the things? I'm here for 12 hours a day, guys. Syracuse. I'm here for 12 hours a day. Every day, guys. And you wait till about, 5 o'clock to break the news that Marlowe Wax is playing? Like 40 minutes after I leave the building, you're going to drop that on me? You couldn't hook a brother up? You couldn't drop me a little love? Get me a nice breaking news, some serious breaking news going into my sports show with Cody Mack? I forgive you for now. If maybe a case of those chips show up on my doorstep, maybe I'll forgive Coach Fran and University.
Hey, yeah, Coach, you said about having confidence in your defense to make stops. How do you think the addition of Marlowe tonight helped your defense and just going forward the rest of the season?
They just play even more confident and understanding and knowing that he's going to be there, that he's going to do all the things that are needed. He demands that guys do their job. Talking to him and Fidel, they were just out there loud the entire time and getting opportunity to help the defense do a better job. So I'm happy to have him back. I mean, it looked good out there running. It's not even 100%. That's why I thought he would play next week. But he was good to go. I mean, I was excited for him, thankful that he's back, and happy for him that he's back. But he's done a great job. He had to work his butt off to be able to play tonight, and he did that. So very happy for him and his family that Marlowe Wax got a chance to come back out here and play.
Yeah, no, that was cool, man. I like to see that as well. Because this is cool. You don't always get them all the time. Let's do a little caller action. DJ and Cicero, what's up?
Going on? I think that butt whooping like this.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. It was an ass whooping. I get you.
Actually, possibly helps us out. I mean, to be quite honest with you, you know what? That just lit the fire under our butts, and I think they're going to move on forward and hopefully get that W next week against Virginia Tech.
No, I agree. No, I agree with you because it does. You get that out of the way, you go, whoa, that didn't feel good. The same way after the Stanford one. I agree with you.
Yep. And in the World Series, I really see the Yankees taking it in 5 games. Go Yanks.
5 games. That's impressive. What do you think? Aaron Judge pops off? Giancarlo? Who's going deep?
Oh, Soto for sure.
Soto? Gotcha.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome, dude. Well, thanks for calling, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Cody. Yeah.
Have a good
Go
one.
Yankees.
Yeah, all right. Cool. Yeah, we'll probably do a little World Series stuff here when we come back because let's have some fun now for the rest of the show. We got that out of the way with Syracuse. We had a rough night. But at least it was crazy. Is that better? All right, let's see. What should we... Oh, Trucktober. Everybody loves Trucktober. Your mother loves Trucktober. Your mother drives a pickle wagon. Your mother. What? I'm sorry, what? Where are we? Afternoon, sports fans! I thought the Dodgers did better against the Yankees this year. Hold on, let's see. Okay, Google, what is the Yankees-Dodgers season series at for 2024? That didn't help me at all. Yeah, in the regular season, the Dodgers beat the Yankees twice in 3 meetings at Yankee Stadium. What does that mean now? Absolutely nothing via MLB.com. So apparently it means absolutely nothing. All right. It means nothing. I would panic too. Oh, hi. That happened to me, man. That was wild. Big old football games this week, too, here. Some of these. Oh, Fright Nights. Oh, Fright Nights. Oh. Fright Nights is scary as shit, though. I went and did it. Anybody go do Fright Nights? It was scary. Is Bill Seahawks the game of the week? Could be. Could be. And that game will be fun. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Baseball Yankees and do baseball Yankees. Touchdown. Touchdown. Yankees. Guys, I'm out of it. This is the last one of the week. I'm losing my mind. Couple hours, like an hour, not even an hour left. I'm getting there. Ooh, ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Jumping music, slick DJs, fog machines and laser rays. Look at weekend cause here I come. Because weekends were made for fun.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Fog machines and laser rays. Look at weekend cause here I come. Because weekends were made for fun. I work hard every day. It's all
right.
There's no play.
We're back
With the bar
on a Friday. Well, Debbie Deb, look out weekend. Okay, Sports Show, Cody Mack. That's my name, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. 315-437-7644. That is how you can get a hold of me on the telephone. Just like DJ and Cicero did. DJ, I used to live in Cicero. How about that? Huh? What do you think about that little fact that means absolutely nothing, huh? But I appreciate the call. We're here talking no more SU stuff. We're just going to have some fun now. We're just going to hang out here. We're going to talk some World Series on the other side of the bottom of the hour. Have just a quick little discussion. Then we'll talk NFL. No more Debbie Downer stuff. Well, to get you in a good mood would be CNY's not-so-scary family walkthrough Halloween experience. It is a spectacular stroll. Not many days left. We're not doing it next week. I'm pretty sure we're not doing it Halloween. That'd be crazy. It's not up there. So get on over there. Tonight and tomorrow, family nights for the kids and the adults. Come on dressed up. And you walk through and you have a good time, and you can have some face painting and such. So nice little family night. There'll be some vendors and stuff there to enjoy your times. You can buy some candy. I think you can buy like full-size candy bar. I saw events. I can't remember if it was events Katie or Morgan. They had full-size candy bars. I think it was Katie. It was like, yeah, we just have them for you to buy. So go get some full-size candy bars out at Spooktacular Stroll. Today, tomorrow, Sunday, the last day. I think Sunday they do trick-or-treating stuff for your kids. So that's pretty neat. It's World Series time. I'm pretty excited. I'm not a Yankees fan, not a Dodgers fan. I'm a baseball fan. I love it. And that's tonight, Game 1 of the World Series.
The New York Yankees have won the American League pennant. Los Angeles is alive, and they're headed to the World Series. Dodgers, Yankees in the Fall Classic. One on a Judge. High fly ball. See ya! Home run number 58. A towering drive. Ohtani sends one in the air. Back it goes. Gone! Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Oh, as opposed to many of our ESPN people. I know that Jordan, Mike out there, I think Paulie, Brian, I think they're all members of the Mile High Club, which is much different than the 50-50 Club, but absolutely members of the Mile High Club. Faux show. Game 1 tonight, 8 o'clock. Garrett Cole, Flaherty. Although Yankees fans, I saw that Flaherty, they're concerned about his velocity dip. So that's probably not good. You don't want a guy have a velocity dip and then name him and then have him be named Game 1 starter for the Dodgers. I think that should be really good, man. Ohtani is hot as hell. The Dodgers bullpen is looking good. On the other side, though, the Yankees bullpen is looking phenomenal, with Weaver being outstanding, and the stars are coming out to shine for the Yanks, if you will, as Soto is smashing them. Judge is bound to break out and start smashing them even more. Giancarlo, he's smashing them. It's going to be awesome. Just real quick here, little preview, Tim Kirkchin.
Tim, these two have locked horns 12 times at a World Series stage, but it's the first time since 1981. How do you put this showdown into perspective?
Well, this is the greatest October rivalry in baseball history, the Dodgers against the Yankees. This is 41 times the Yankees have gone to the World Series. Of course, that's the most ever. The Dodgers, the 22nd time, that's the second most ever. This is the 12th time they will have played each other in October. That is a record. And they are both rolling when they got here. The Dodgers scored 46 runs in 6 games against the Mets. That's an LCS record. And the power and the star power for both of these teams is just remarkable. 5 former MVPs, 2 MVPs from this year for certain, maybe the 3 best hitters in the game. And I still cannot believe that at bat that Juan Soto took against the Guardians. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That was one of the greatest series I've ever covered. And now that and the Dodger series is going to take us to the World Series.
And that is not a hyperbolic statement from this man. We were dialing in, getting the microphone ready, and you said, I'm fresh off of that Guardians-Yankees series. It was the best I'd ever seen. Meanwhile, using that same intonation here for Shohei and for Aaron Judge, what's on the line legacy-wise for these two? And I want to start with Judge.
Well, with Judge, what's on the line is he finally gets to play in a World Series, and he hit 58 homers this year. He's going to win the MVP in the American League unanimously. And that ball he hit off of Emmanuel Clase for the home run in Game 3, Stephen Vogt, the Guardians manager, told me he is the only player, Judge, who could have hit that ball out of the ballpark. That's what we get to watch in Aaron Judge. And, of course, we get Shohei Ohtani, who by any measure is the most remarkable player that we've ever seen. He went 50-50 this year. And, of course, he reached base 17 times in the NLCS. That is a Dodger record for any postseason series. So he's going to win the MVP unanimously. Judge is going to win it unanimously. It is going to be star power at its finest, the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Couple of meaty men slapping meats in the World Series. We'll come back. It's the Sports Show with Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1.
Orange Nation. I think this is a case where they are in lockstep together. Fran Brown and Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord came to Syracuse for Fran Brown. Fran Brown went after Kyle McCord for a reason. I mean, they have helped each other. Fran Brown rescued him from a tough situation, and Kyle McCord is trying to rescue this program. There's a certain amount of respect there, certainly. Fran Brown is always going to try to do right by Kyle and vice versa. Orange Nation, noon to 2. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1.
Interesting. Why, that didn't work.
This week before the festivities end for the season, the half-mile trail is alive with theme sections, including the skeleton graveyard, the pumpkin patch, the mummy mansion, dinosaur dungeon, and more. Tonight is family night with CFCU Community Federal Credit Union. Pick up our scavenger hunt on your way in. It's the final week to pack your car full of your little goblins and head to Spooktacular Stroll. Admission is by the carload. Vehicle tickets can only be purchased in advance. Go to spooktacularstroll.com.
Spooktacular Stroll.
Get your tickets today at
What up, Malloy?
Hi, I'm Zach. And I'm Mike with Charles Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electrical. We're the nice guys. Tune up your furnace before one of those cold Syracuse winters hit. If you qualify, National Grid will give you a $75 rebate towards the maintenance of your furnace. So call us now at 315-457-6911. That's 457.
Boo boo pop, boo pop, boo boo pop, boo pop, boo boo pop, boo pop. Brum pam pam pam. Boo 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 boo. Oh yeah, what did I do with the NFL thing that I printed out? It was like right on top of the thing, so I wouldn't forget them. No, I don't know where they are anymore. Oh no, don't fall! Oh, you fucking asshole! Oh, there we go. Ugh. Almost done.
Kelly, owner of San Miguel Mexican Bar and Grill. Skip the flight south of the border when amazing Mexican cuisine is right here in Baldwinsville. Mexican recipes taught to us by some of the best people I know. tacos, burritos, fajitas, enchiladas, and let's not forget our award-winning drinks, margaritas, sangrias, palomas, and our signature cocktails. Make every day Taco Tuesday and become part of my San Miguel family today. Stop in and say hi. 2 Oswego Street, Baldwinsville, right on the water with plenty of free parking. I'll see you there.
ESPN 97.7 and 100. Watch live on QSportsTalk.com.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Look at weekend cuz because weekends were by the time Wednesday comes I feel the beat and I wanna have fun because weekends were
Get it some more. Get it again. 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 Here we are. What? ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. It is the Sports Show with Cody Mack. That guy is for reals. It's a Friday. It's all right out there. It was better earlier in the week, and we got the tickle 80, right? Well, it's like your guys' grandma's tickling an 80, right? Get it? Because she would tickle your grandpa. All right. I don't know, man. 315-437-7644. Phone number. You can text. That's a phone number. 315-288-0644. There's other phone numbers. I got my phone number, 315-4... No. QSportsTalk.com if you want to take a peek ski at us on the Twitch machine. There is that. There was also football last night as we move along on the sports show. But I feel like, again, we might not have heard anything about Aaron Rodgers in like a day. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware about that. He does not eat his boogers.
I've actually never eaten my boogers. That's one thing I'm very proud of. It's a tough look to try and defend because that video is a little incriminating. Yeah. But I can tell you that there needs to be a side view that shows that there wasn't a boog that actually went in the mouth. Yeah, it's a bad look.
Apparently that I didn't see a video, but he might have eaten a booger or might have not eaten a booger. I'm not sure. I didn't see the video. I'm not really going to Google a video of Aaron Rodgers that he ate a booger. That's not the conspiracy theory that I'm going to get behind when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, or not get behind when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. Another funny NFL clip from this week, which is a mortal sin. And you can say whatever you want, Mr. Kelsey. You were asleep at Taylor Swift.
I'm dancing with Ellie. Ellie goes over to Kylie. And then I'm just like sitting here and I'm just like feeling it. And I'm like, oh. And I'm tapping my thigh. And I'm just like in the moment, listening to the song. And then all of a sudden I go on Twitter and I see a shirt. And I'm like, dude, what the Like, I'm not even sleeping.
Yeah, right.
And I can prove it to you. There's evidence in this photo that I'm not sleeping.
He was sleeping.
Feeling the groove, huh?
Jets Jake, zoom in on my right hand in post. Make sure that Travis sees this. My hand is hovering. You can't sleep with your hand hovering above your knee.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
Yeah. Fake news. He was sleeping. He was sleeping at a Taylor Swift concert. So make sure that's out there for everybody. He was sleeping at Taylor Swift concert. When they break up, it's because of that. That's why. So that's just fun. See, we're having fun on a Friday on the sports show, ESPN Radio, Cody Mack. Thursday Night Football did happen, and it was one hell of a game. I switched over pretty. Come on, leave me alone. What do you want to do, man? I like football, but Vikings and Rams, and I have proof that I took the Rams, so I'm going to mark that first on my victory sheet here when we do our sheets. No joke, I did. I took the Rams. And they did win. Weird game, 30-20. Very entertaining game, though, as there were a lot of plays. Sam Darnold, despite 240 yards and 2 touchdowns, 115 of those yards to Jefferson, they fell because Matthew Stafford had his boys back. What an ageless wonder that guy is. I say that. I think he might be younger than me, Matthew Stafford. But either way, he's an old man. Why are you so old man? 4 touchdowns, 1 to the returning Puka Nacua. God, I love those names. Puka Nacua. Give her the old Puka Nacua. Right in the old Puka Nacua. What? And then I went to Cooper Kupp, who I'm not going to play it because he's just so goofy. Until I hear his voice, I didn't realize how goofy he is. But he made an Undertaker reference on Scott Van Pelt's little interview after the game. He just said he was trying to look like the Undertaker with hair over his eyes. If you do that, you have to roll your eyes into the back of your head, and then you have to like go like this. He doesn't like whip his hair out of his eyes. It's okay. It's okay. But it was pretty decent, though. It started out the Vikings touchdown, Sam Darnold chucking one to a tight end. And then Kyron Williams for the Rams had a hell of a game. He had a bunch of yards rushing and then caught a TD pass to tie it up from Stafford. And then Darnold gets him back on the board to take the lead. So you can see it's backward fourth here. And then Cooper Kupp gets his touchdown to make it a tie game. And then there's field goals. Demarcus Robinson, very fresh off of me dumping him from my fantasy league. No big deal. Catches a touchdown to put the Rams up. No field goal. And then another catch from Demarcus Robinson, because why wouldn't he have some more? But, you know what I mean? Well, why not? So it was 28-20, and then there was a sack. Darnold got sacked in the end zone for a safety to make it 30-20. But again, overall, it was a pretty interesting game. And there was also a call in it that everybody's losing their minds about. That Sam Darnold, he got face masked. It was very obvious. Refs, you got one job, but you suck, as you did last night for the Syracuse game on that call as well. We don't get into that. We don't get into those ones. But Stephen A. said that's not the reason for the Vikings' loss. Not the reason for the Vikings' loss.
Well, let's really point to what's going on here. I'm looking at a Minnesota Vikings team that's lost 2 straight. I'm looking at a Minnesota Vikings team, which defense we've spent the first 5 weeks bragging about. And over the last 2 weeks, they've gone from giving up 15 points a game to 30 points a game. They've gone from allowing 330 yards per game to about 388 yards per game. The defense, led by Brian Flores, who we've spent time giving props to, hasn't been the same. And so now, because that's a reality that we have to look at when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings, we have to pay attention to what they've done to lose this game. With 9:20 left in the fourth quarter, Sean McVay had a decision to make. You got a 4th-and-1 situation. Yeah. You could have kicked the field goal. What does this man do? He goes for it, gives it to Kyron Williams. He runs for 3 yards, ultimately gets the first down, moves the chains, eats up the clock. And, oh, by the way, they finished that drive with a touchdown. All right, Minnesota had something to do with that. So when we look at this play and we pay attention to the fact that Minnesota definitely got hosed in terms of that call not being made, let's not act like they would have won had the call been made. Let's not act like they would have won if the drive would have continued. We don't know. Exactly. What we do know is that they had a lead, they gave it up, and that the Rams were doing what they want to do. And, oh, by the way, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, who played a grand total of 24 snaps together, was back together for the first time in a while. And we know when them brothers are on the field together, they can make things happen. That had a lot to do with Minnesota losing too.
Yeah, no, it was just, I think it was a matter of the Rams aren't bad. They seem to struggle at weird-ass times for no reason whatsoever. I mean, I don't really get it. But then they also do really well at times like that when you kind of don't expect them to do very well. So, again, Thursday Night Football, it was enjoyable. It was 30-20. And, again, I'm vamping to wait for a music bed to load that shouldn't take this long to load. But, again, Paulie's grandma porn definitely backs up this computer in here faux show so I can get this so I can talk about some other key NFL games this week. Yeah. We always start there. Hold on. Super professional radio stuff. I'm going to jump ahead. I want other music bed for NFL. How about this one? Here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Some games of the week, I think. It could be. I don't know about game of the week, but Cardinals and Dolphins, I think, is going to end up being fun because Tua is going to play. He is back. Despite the concussions, he will be there. So I think that'll be fun to watch Kyler and Tua run around as Cardinals and Dolphins go at it. A couple of teams under 500. But I still think it should be fun here. I definitely think that, like, 65 to 70 points will probably be scored. Another game I think should be fun here as we see maybe the Jags are getting things going again. Some of their pieces look like They're going. They have a good run game. Maybe that London trip did something because I think Packers-Jags has potential to be a really good game this week. As much potential as Colts-Texans. A couple teams over 500. Colts over 500. Anthony Richardson, very interesting that he made it through an entire game last week. So Colts 4-3, Texans 5-2. Maybe Tank Dell will have a bounce-back game as he had 0 catches for 0 yards last week. That's not good. You don't see as a wide receiver, guys, because I like to, on this show, help you guys out because I like to look at this show as maybe not everybody watches sports and you're turning in now just to hear some highlights and hear me talk and learn some ins and outs of sports. Well, when you're a wide receiver, you want more than 0 catches, more than 0 yards. Yup. It's Friday. All right, let me put this outside because I think it's going to be game of the week. Over here, Chiefs Raiders, nope. Bears Commanders has potential to be game of the week. Jaden Daniels could play. Caleb Williams is turning it on. We're going to get a fun rookie quarterback matchup here. Bears 4-2, Commanders 5-2. Bears defense enters week 8, allowing 21 points or fewer in 12 straight games. That's a fun stat. I was just reading stats on the fly here. So that'll be nice. Hopefully Marcus Mariota doesn't play because if he does, I think the Bears win. I know the Commanders have probably a better team, but I like the way the Bears are playing a lot more. Cowboys, 49ers, baby. I don't know how this game is going to go. What a weird season this has been already. I think the Cowboys have potential to win this game, weirdly, with all of the 49ers injuries. That would be the only reason. There's a lot of injuries. But if there's anybody that knows how to shoot themselves in the foot, or foot, whatever, you don't have to shoot them both, I guess, it would be the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, live on Peacock. You head into San Fran and you just lay a big old stinker again, man. The Cowboys have been outscored by 42 points this season. That's not good. And whereas there's injuries on the 49ers side, they've still got weapons. I'm not going to be dumb. 49ers will probably win. All right, game of the week, I think, will be Bills Seahawks. Yeah, 4 o'clock here at, not right here, I guess, because I'm not on K-Rock, but right here at Sister Station K-Rock, they will have your Bills coverage, 4 o'clock game. I think the Bills, if they can manage to hold Geno Smith down like not many teams have been able to this year, tough task. With all of the Bills' weapons and the way Amari Cooper played last week, first game, one package, the running game is going for the Bills. I think the 5-2 Bills take the 4-3 Seahawks. Right? Wild right there. I think they could. So I think that ends up being the game of the week. All right, slide on over here. Let me slide on over here. Let me just move right here. Slide on over here. And do new stuff. Our picks. Let's do picks. Last week, I did really good for my first week, guys. What'd I give? 11? 11 victories? So let's go through them here and find out how I do this week. Tuesday. I got the Rams one right. All right, Baltimore, Cleveland. Even with Jameis Winston starting. How could I not? But I'm not. Baltimore. Tennessee and Detroit. Definitely Detroit because I'm not taking the Titans. Not a chance after they unloaded all their players. Arizona and Miami. With Tua back there, I think the Dolphins win over the Cardinals. This is going to be a sneaky game, and I can see the Cardinals like kicking a field goal late to win. Jets, New England, Aaron Rodgers. Is this the game he has a good game, or does Jordan's Drake Mays take out the Jets? I'm not picking the Jets anymore until they prove otherwise. Upset game, taking the Patriots at home. Falcons, Tampa Bay, not taking Tampa Bay anymore with those injuries. Eagles, the Bengals. Oh, I missed this game. That has potential to be game of the week, too. Because I don't like them. Maybe I'll do a reverse jinx. Let's take the Eagles with that run game over the Bengals. Green Bay and Jacksonville. I still think Green Bay wins going into Jacksonville. And then they probably fire Doug Peterson immediately after. Colts and the Texans. I think the Texans take that one. I really don't want to pick Anthony Richardson, even though he looked pretty good last week. Saints and Chargers. Chargers, they look like kind of like a fire of the dumpster variety. And the Saints, whereas they might not be as good with the injuries, What do I do? What do I do? Want to buckle your shoe. It's the Chargers. Let's go with the Chargers for fun. Buffalo at Seattle, we already said. I think Buffalo takes it. Chicago and Washington. If Jaden Daniels plays, Washington wins. I think he plays. I take Washington. Carolina and Denver. Denver and Bo Nix and that defense handle it. Kansas City obviously beating the Raiders until I just say that and they upset them and knock them off the ranks of undefeated. Dallas and the 49ers. I think it'd be more fun if you guys can make fun of me if I take Dallas. And then in the Monday night game, Giants in Pittsburgh. I'm not taking the Giants. Get the hell out of here. What are you, nuts? How about this? We'll come back. See what kind of fun games we got for the college football side of things as we head on into an awesome weekend. On ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1, it is The Sports Show with Cody Mack. Save this.
Also in 1929, tuition for college is $400, and your options in college were law, fine arts, education, or medicine. At Feldman Brothers Automotive, we don't practice law or education, but we do practice the fine arts of medicine for your car, truck, van, or SUV. Feldman Brothers Automotive always puts you, the customer, first, making a lasting relationship so you have someone to count on when you need it. That's why we encourage you to bring in those back-to-school transport vehicles or just everyday use vehicles for necessary maintenance and a thorough check. Change that oil, check those brakes, rotate those tires, and whatever else needs to be addressed before they turn into major problems. See the Feldman Brothers difference for yourself at the corner of Midler and James in the heart of Eastwood or online at Feldman.com. That's FEHLMAN.com. Feldman Brothers Automotive, done right the first time. In 1911, the Ferrone and Son family started the Ferrone and Son Funeral Home. Today, the fifth generation is caring for Central New York families.
Over 113 years is something that we're extremely proud of. It shows the trust families have in us to create a one-of-a-kind service for their loved ones.
Oh, Ethan, I'm watching the game. Appreciate you chatting, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait. Ad permitted. Grandma porn. Olavi's back for the Saints? See, Matt, that's why I need you there, bro. I need you here to tell me those things. I didn't know he was back for the Saints. That's good to know.
We're the nice guys. Charles Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electrical. Proud to be a local company for 75 years. And as the next generation of the night guys, we're celebrating with a special on our Carrier high-efficiency furnaces. That's right. The cold weather is coming, and the nice guys are here to help. So call now to set up that free estimate for that new Carrier furnace. 315-457-6911. That's 457-6911. And remember, we're the nice guys.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need. Indoor, outdoor, repair, or redesign. And we handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started. The Dell Technologies
Technology's summer sale event is on with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest Intel processors like Thin and Light Express and laptops.
Nice. Get that Chinese going, T-Takes. That'll be fun. Here we go. Oh, wasn't paying attention to that.
Save today by calling 877-ASK-DEL. That's 877-ASK-DEL. Offered to U.S. residents by WebBank, who determines qualifications for and terms of credit.
Watch your favorite ESPN Syracuse sports talk shows on QSportsTalk.com.
Look at weekend because weekends were. All you ladies, clap your hands, stomp your
Hit me with it, announcer guy. Hit me with it.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
All right, we are about out of here, guys. I will see you guys on Monday where we will recap all of the sports, NFL, NCAA. Notre Dame and Navy is on this weekend. That is going to be a good game to watch. Penn State and Wisconsin, another college game tomorrow. Illinois and Oregon, and then tomorrow, game of the week, Saturday, 7:30, LSU, Texas A&M. That's going to be awesome, guys. We will see you guys Monday. Brian Higgins is up next with the 315. We'll talk Monday. Yankees in 6. It's the Sports Show. Cody Mack, ESPN Radio, 97.7 and 100.1.